Hello, and welcome back to the Prince ESO. Now, I know we've got all these changes with the new patch and whatnot coming and blah blah blah, but I get a lot of questions about it, so I am doing one last build video for my MagDK before I just wait for the next patch. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys the changes that I have made from my previous video that is up. It's the same build, but I've made some changes to it. So I'll quickly show you that, and then I will go over the things that you can change to the build if you don't like what I've done to mine. So if you don't like it, still stick around to take a look. And then the rest of the video is literally just clips of me using it and a bit of commentary and things like that. So the first change is my staff is now sharpened with a shock enchant. It was charged with the disease enchant, but they have nerfed the vial and things, and this is here literally just for a it's a straight damage increase. That's all it gives. It's just damage straight up, and that's it. The second change is I have changed one of my enchants to spell damage. It was 3 reduced cost. It is now 1 with a spell damage. This is again just here to add that little bit of extra damage and healing combined with the extra damage I will get from the change here. Everything else on the body and enchants is the same. The next change I have made is I am a vampire. I am stage 3 vampire again. I have always preferred stage 3 vampire on my MagDK, and previously on this setup in the build video I was running wings, and I said why I was doing that. It was because of the snipers. They were everywhere, it was ridiculous, and I was finding that I survived a lot better with the wings. Now the metas have changed, the builds have changed, and you know, people are it's a little bit different, and snipers are still a big problem, yes I know, but I am now finding that I can go back to vampire. I can survive better on the vampire. My healing is better on the vampire because you get the spell damage after you mist form and things like that. Movement obviously better. So yes, I'm back to stage 3 vampire. Because of course we get the undeath passive, which makes you incredibly tanky when you're in mist form and when you're outside of mist form as well. So mist form, and then you get the undeath passive there. Now you combine that with the next change that I've made is I now just keep temporal guard on my back bar most of the time. Sometimes I do put the standard back on when I'm, you know, fighting huge zergs and things like that, but most of the time, depending on who's in the group, I will keep this here. That is the other change. This combined with the vampire stage 3 is, it's ridiculous. Your survivability just shoots up through the roof. Yeah, it's great. And the final skill change you can make, where is it? There it is, you can make, and I will explain why, is you can swap out the talons. Now some people do this, some people don't, and I understand both sides. The whole point in talons is to get the extra whip. So talons gives you the extra power lash, or whatever the hell it's called, which is extra burst, and it's actually quite a lot of healing. If you look, this is obviously, everything's unbuffed, so don't worry about those. It's quite a lot of damage and it's quite a lot of healing. And with talons you get extra whips because of that. But when you're being chased by a zerg, when you are kiting around multiple people, you don't really get to get that talons proc off as much as you would like to. But you do get to immobilize the enemies and, you know, escape and save your team and things like that. And that is really useful. It really is. But it's not really worth the skill slot. So what you can do is you get rid of the talents and you put this here. This is obviously it's a very strong dot, again unbuffed, all unbuffed. It's a very strong dot. You get the extra spell damage, which goes towards your healing and your damage of course, and then on top of that you get the nice single target dot to go with it. So that is a change you can do. I won't be doing that most of the time. I still like my talons, but if you don't like the talons, it is a very expensive skill, so your sustain does go up quite a lot using the degeneration there. So that's the skill changes and any of the armor changes I've made. Last thing is my CP. Now I don't remember my CP off by heart. I remember it's changed quite a lot, like I had 21 into the sprinter for example, and things like that. I have changed it. You will have to compare it to the other video. CP is personal. You can change the CP to however you like. You can change a lot of these things. If you don't like something that I've changed, or something that I had in the first place, change it. What makes this build, what makes pretty much every build at the moment is the sets anyway. It's the proc sets and things like that. It's the Markarth. So if you don't like something, change it. You don't like the spell damage there, change it. If you find you struggle with the vampire, go infused reduced cost instead of the spell damage. Have the 3 reduced cost, 1 infused. If you don't like the vampire, don't run the vampire, go back to the wings. If you want a defending instead, put defending. If you want to keep the charged, keep the charged. If you want an inferno over the lightning, go inferno. What makes this build is the broken proc sets. We don't like them, but this is what the meta currently is. I'm just here showing you guys the changes I've made. What makes this build is the sets. If you don't like something, make the changes yourself. So those are my quick changes, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you're going to stick around for the clips at the end, I hope you enjoy those as well, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, so here we go. This is the first clip. A bunch of yellows decided to bust into this keep. They're trying to take it from us. There is only 4 of us, and quite a lot of them, and I think there's possibly 3 of them are those lovely, toxic, howling werewolves that we love so much. So you'll see how that goes in a moment. Right here, we are just waiting to try and pull some of them away. They have made a push for the door, so we're just deciding to take out some of the stragglers on the side here, as you can see. Werewolf decides to come in, and he takes beaten. He thinks he can face tank it, realizes he cannot, and makes a run for his group at the door. Right here, as you'll see, he decides he's had enough, and he leaves. So we decide to follow him, and we go for an ulti jump push on the door here, and bang, ultimates go down, Colossus, standard, couple of leaps, and we get a couple of kills. I get shit mixed right there. All these guys focus me, the werewolf howls me as I'm trying to heal myself, so I do get low, but as you see, the healing is completely fine on this build. Straight back up, even with the werewolves on me and the defile from the AoE on the ground. This guy turns into a werewolf as well. He's annoying, but he also goes down. Right there, see, no problem. And I think this may be the last guy right here, and then all of the yellows go down. Nice and easy, 4vx, as you see, they're all dead on the floor. And right here is that bug that I was telling you guys about. Look, I'm just flopping around like a fish on the floor. I don't know what the hell happened. It just, yeah, I'm just a fish. I'm just, it is what it is. Anyway, here is a fight against, well, this is yellows and reds, so there's all 3 factions in here right now. 4 of us, God knows how many of them. We didn't know at the time, we just bust in the door and we decided to run for it. We did not know there was a fight already going on. Anyway, so right here we've gone up the stairs and we're trying to maybe pull some away, but we go for the old jump on the flag instead, and they respond really well with one of their own, and they nearly take us out here, but we managed to heal that off and miss them out of trouble. But now we're separated. You can see that we're not on the same sides anymore, so we go for a side switch, but it's proving a little bit tricky. We managed to get up the stairs, and we're biding our time. We're building ults, and we're going for another push. I nearly have my standard, but we go for it anyway. And the fucking werewolf comes in, and he pops a howl right there. So we get stunned. The combo doesn't work. We hang on to the ultimates, and we decide to back up. I'm telling my team I nearly have the standard. We'll save for the standard, and then we'll go for the push, which is just now. And a fucking time stop comes in. So a time stop stops the combo. So we just say, fuck it. We're going to keep doing that. Let's go for the drop anyway and see if we can get some kills. They don't like that idea, so they respond with an ult dump of their own. You can see they push us here and all the ults come out. This is their keep. We can't stay in that, so unfortunately we do have to dip out, and we drop off the side here. Now we lose a teammate right there. He goes down up top, so we can't save him. He's gone. He's in the afterlife now. I do die from fall damage, but that was planned. Like Pro said, he's the Templar. He can res us if we die from the fall damage, so we make the jump anyway, and he gets me back up. Now we know they've closed the front door, so we go for the front door to hopefully pick out a few of the stragglers that have maybe, they've come out to get the kills. They're a bit bloodthirsty and things like that, because we want to thin out the numbers, get back in there and get our teammate up. A few of them do start coming out. they start to lose, and they call for help. The whole team comes out the front door. All of those yellows, they come back out. So we have to make a terrain swap. As you can see, I keep going in and out of mist form. The game does keep pulling me out of it. Mist form is buggy, but I still love the skill anyway. It is what it is. You know, I'll work with it regardless. And that does get me killed in a little bit here. But we're in the tower now. We have a few on us. Ed Bear, I have no idea where Ed Bear goes. He just does his own thing. You know, we're trying to coordinate and he runs off somewhere. So me and Pro are up here. We go for an ult jump right now. And it does not go well because of a well-timedly stun by the enemy team. So we take a jump and we're trying to get back to Ed Bear. We found him. And thanks to him being away from the team and us having to jump down, we do take an L right there. I get absolutely jumped, mist form doesn't work, and I die. Pro manages to get the res, you know, a little bit later he kites them around and gets the res, so we're now back in the fight. Ed Bear does go down, so it is me and Pro. It's now 2 against the world, but most of the yellows have, they were over there killing Ed Bear, and now they're back inside or wherever. So we're picking off the stragglers, and we're going to go over in a second and get our teammate. You know, as you can see, these guys, they're not noobs, these are not zerglings, these are good players, you know. If anybody knows my MagDK, you know it has amazing damage. If anybody knows Pro's Stampler, you know it has disgusting damage. There's plenty clips of both to go look at if you want to. And these guys, you know, they're doing really well, they're surviving. These are not scrubs. So this is why we have such a hard time winning these fights here. Now, we found Ed Bear's corpse. We go save him, and the yellow group is there. You know, these are the main trouble that we had, or partly of the trouble, and it's due to this healer right here. He had the time stop. He's an Argonian Mag Plus, so lots of healing for his group. And, you know, he was really keeping them alive, really making things tricky for us. So we push him right now. It's a 3v4, but one of them is the healer, so it's pretty fair. So yeah, we make a push for him, because we know once he goes down, they go down. We did try to nuke them first and then maybe get him after, but he has too much healing power, and you know, these guys are decent players, so they know how to stay alive on top of that, and it was just, yeah, he had to die, so he goes down. And we make a push for the remaining yellows, and they scramble because they've no longer got their healer. You know, they're trying to kite, they're trying to do their own thing, and they die. As you can see, they go down one by one because now the numbers are even. Eventually they are now outnumbered themselves and they die. So these guys are pretty good players. We're in their keep, we're getting fights, we're here for fight, so we decide to stick around. We know they're going to come back, they want that rematch. So we go up top, we're just passing time, you know, trying to stay out of sight for now, till these guys come back so we can get the rematch. And you'll see in a second here that we do. The yellows come back, here they are, and they, you know, they come for round 2. They want the rematch. So we do fight these guys again here in just a second. Here they go. Now our teammate is still dead. You know, he's still dead up top, and we are trying to, you know, win these fights so we can possibly get in there and get him back up. But again, this is a yellow keep. And there is a lot more of them than there is us. Thank God the rest of them didn't come outside and wanted to fight. I don't know what those guys were doing, but they are in there. And you'll see at the end of this clip that we decide we don't want any of that, and we do just run away and we go for more fights. Now Pro jumps down here. He was kiting some yellows, and we go for an ult jump. Bang. I believe we get a few there, and we do, again, when our healer shows up, we do try to focus him, because he, again, is the only reason they're staying alive. He's the one with the annoying time stops. He's a piece of shit. He goes down, and then they all go down. As you can see, we are putting some pain into them, and there's more bodies on the ground. Now I'm separated from my team here. There is 2 of them on me, but again, you know, we're doing completely fine. Another one comes in, so I call that it's a 3v1. I need some help. I retreat back to my team, and I get some help from my teammates here. I think I probably could have easily fought all 3 of them, but again, we're in their keep. We're outnumbered in the first place. Why try to do something completely stupid? when my teammates are just right there and can give me a hand, so we fight them off. Now I think this is the third time we fought these guys now. You know, we beat them in the first fight, we fought them in the big Zerg inside the keep, we beat them in the group v group first time, we beat them the second time, and now I believe this is the third time we're fighting these guys. So it gets to that point now where we're just kind of sick of them. You know, we know these guys are going to keep coming back, they think they can win, and it's their keep, so why would they not keep coming back? So yeah, we're kind of getting sick of these guys now. We get it, you know, we've beat them a few times, and it's getting to that point where we're just deciding whether we should leave or not, and just, you know, tell our teammates to respawn and we can go for some more fights. To the point where right here, I am literally in mist form, wiggling my stick left and right, and I'm texting. I was on my phone at that point. I was texting while my teammates just slugged it out because we're kind of getting bored now. We decided to go for a push here and maybe just kill them so then we can leave. Maybe they'll, you know, get the message and leave us alone. He is the last remaining guy. He decides to run away, and we decide, fuck it, not going to chase him. Let's go upstairs, jump out the side, get our teammate back, and get to another fight. So that's the end of that one. This fight here immediately follows the fight we were just in. Our teammate respawned, we met up with him, and we ran to the red farm. And as you can see, there's a lot of reds here. You know, again, this is just us four versus these reds, and we get straight into this tower here and go for an ult dump. My ult goes down. I believe we drop 2 bodies. Yep, 2 go straight down, and 2 on my teammates decide they're going to kite upstairs, you know, and take some of the pressure away, kite these guys upstairs. I decide, you know what, that's fine. I'll stay on the bodies downstairs. I will make sure nobody comes in and gets the res. You know, we are in the Reds area right now. They can easily just respawn and come back, but they decide they're going to wait for their teammates, so I'm standing on the bodies. Now my other teammate here, he does eventually catch up, and you'll see he runs through the front door, and because of that 2 Reds do follow him. This guy pops a resto ult. He's taking absolutely no damage, so he's a piece of shit. I take an absolutely disgusting ult dump right there, and a Vatashran Ice Staff proc right there, so that was horrible. We managed to heal it off pretty easy, get some help from our teammates, and interrupt this guy. We focus his ass, no way you're getting that res. He goes down. Bye-bye to that guy. You know, while I was down there watching the bodies, my teammates were up top, and they killed 2 or 3 players on their own, so not gonna let those guys get the res. Final guy right here, he goes down on the stairs, easy for 4v outnumbered, however many there was. Now this clip right here, this was an earlier clip. I had literally just spawned in. I ran to the I'm on my way to meet my teammates, and I was running across, so I pretty much just spawned in, and these 2 yellows decided to focus the shit out of me. They saw me in the distance, they attacked me, and I jumped off the side thinking I'll get away, and they just made a beeline for me. Like, they just ran for my ass. So I decided, no easy kill for you. If you're going to focus me and be assholes like that, I am going to waste your time. I'll kill you if I can kill you, but if not, I'm at least going to waste your time and not make it easy. So I'm literally just, I'm just kiting, just staying out of line of sight. Now these guys, we've seen these guys before. They're good players. It's a Stamcrow and a Magsork. They have shit tons of damage. They're no joke. So I can't just turn around and face tank these guys, you know. I am trying to separate them, trying to use my line of sight here, trying to use the mist form to get them by themselves. But you can see that they are literally just right on top of each other. That Magsork is streak spamming. You know, the Stamina 2, and he's an Orc. They're pretty quick. They're just running after me. They're relentless. They won't separate from each other. So I can't get a moment to attack these guys on my own without risking my life. As you do see earlier in the clip, when they hit me, it fucking hurt. So I'm literally just trying to use a line of sight so that they can't hit me, and then when I'm in their sight, I make sure that I am in mist form. Again, mist form, stage 3 vampire, is disgustingly tanky, so it's not easy for them. And I am a Breton, so that Magsork is going to have troubles against me in the first place, so no problems there. Now I'm still kiting these guys, and I get around this rock here, and I believe this is where I lose them. I get over this rock, and they get stuck on the rock too, and they decide not to pursue, and the fight is over. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that weird little video, and I'll see you in the next one. this is literally just a bonus clip that I'll leave to just play out with no commentary in the background or anything. If you want to see it, you can see it. This is completely uncut footage of us in action against a shit ton of yellows.